let's do another. I'm Nocturnal, if you don't know already. If you like me, subscribe and like my video. And if you need a personal, check the description for my email. Okay, let's see. More messages for the collective, please. More messages for the collective. Okay. You're replaying something that happened to you over and over again. But it kind of made you who you are. I hate to say the things you went through could have made you stronger. Ew, so cliche. And some shit you go through sucks. So I'm not saying everything, you know, take it as it is. But that's kind of the energies for now, okay? It's time to take that pain and turn it into something positive. I think you hold a lot of pain and anger, so much that it harbors within your very being, harboring possibly your heart chakra, because I'm rubbing right here. Okay? And I feel like you should try to find an outlet to turn that into something, okay? All right, let's proceed with the Six of Cups. Whatever this is that is replaying in your mind, you have to understand, again, that there were some lessons in this. It did peak. It was a catalyst to your life, right? It did push you to progress more spiritually, okay? And all that other shit, emotionally, financially, right? Although for some reason I feel like a lot of people watching are not financially where they need to be, and this could come back to all that anger and stuff that you harbor. You're supposed to put it into something tangible, okay? There's a lot of power in your anger. There's a lot of power in your pain, okay? You could be a dark feminine or a dark masculine, okay? You could be a dark magician, whatever the fuck. But you're supposed to use that negative energy for your own benefit, all right? See, Three of Swords and the Nine of Cups. Your pain is the path to your happiness, okay? Your trauma is the path to your happiness. But you have to learn to turn it into something that's not going to constantly weigh you down within here, okay? Okay, some of you, you also need to balance out emotionally. I feel like you could lash out sometime, and maybe you've stopped doing this, but recently you've been more tempted to lash out. I don't know, it's just a download I got. That's tough. Okay, what else? See? If you have been more tempted to lash out, it's literally because it's kind of like a reading I did yesterday. It's literally because there is something that you need to fucking do with these emotions. You could be very angry, and you could try to hide that anger from the world, but it sometimes when you try to hide it, it comes out like all at once, right? I'm guilty of it. But if you were to ground yourself in that, right? It's the King of Cups, the Ace of Cups, and the Ace of Wands. If you were to ground yourself in that anger, pain, whatever the fuck it is, that trauma too, you would be like unstoppable. Do you understand? I hate to sound cliche, but everything you went through was for a reason. everything for the people that are going to resonate with this. Literally everything. I mean, the most detrimental shit. This isn't for everyone, okay? But I mean, the most detrimental fucking shit that could have happened to you was for a reason. I'm sorry to say. Even if it was sexual assault. I just heard. Sorry, that's touchy. Maybe you were molested as a child. Unfortunately, that was supposed to happen to you because you are a dark feminine, you are a dark masculine, and you are supposed to do something with that. Some of you, it made you sexually creative. Don't get me wrong, I'm not glorifying that type of thing. I went through that too. So I'm not glorifying it. What I'm saying is I feel like if you were sexually, you are supposed to turn it into something. Okay. Anyway. Like I said, that's just for a few people. All right. Some of your emotions and some of your outbursts have kept you behind. It could have caused you to lose jobs. It could have caused you to lose friendships, opportunities. It has caused you to make decisions without thinking, which is going back to ground yourself. It's almost like without you addressing these things within, you are working against yourself. Yeah, I was just about to say that King of Swords reverse kind of clarified what I was thinking. Some of you are in regrets that you are not as hurt as you are, or you're not as affected by whatever happened as you are, or maybe you think you have balanced it out somehow or some way, right? But you haven't. You still have to. Okay, like let's say you have gone to therapy. Oh my God, it's falling, but I want it on. Anyway, let's say you've gone to therapy for this, right? And let's say you have come to terms and you have accepted it. And in a way you have kind of controlled certain things within when it comes to whatever the fuck happened to you, right? You still can't fully get to where you're supposed to be because you're not turning it into creation. Do you understand? That creation could be anything. Actually, let's see. Let's do this again. Give me more about this. Give me more about this. Okay, that was a lot. It's almost like some of you are waiting for these thoughts, these feelings, these negative emotions to just disappear. It's not. You are supposed to be an outlet for yourself and other people, whether it's writing a book, vlogging, blogging. I don't know if anyone blogs anymore. But you get what I'm saying. Could be through music, could be through drawing. Whoever is going to resonate with this, you're very creative. Very. And this fucking scarf has a mind of its own today. Anyway. More about this situation. And don't get me wrong, some of you do focus a lot on shadow work, but you're avoiding this aspect because it's so painful, or it almost like causes a replay of what happened, like PTSD. Some of you might have undiagnosed PTSD. I'm not a doctor nor a psychologist. That's just what I'm hearing, okay? But some of you might have that within you, because it's something about even thinking back on these feelings or these situations that happen. It really puts you in an inner turmoil, okay? But this is supposed to be you, the star. That's supposed to be you. You'd be surprised too that there could be individuals that you meet online or in person that have had similar experiences as you, but you wouldn't know until you put it out there, right? I'm not saying put it out there unless you feel called to, but you know what I mean. There might be people that have similar experiences, and you guys could become very wealthy by literally combining your trauma and pain together into one project, okay? And I feel like it would give everyone involved a clearer mind, clearer emotional maturity, okay? Okay, what else do we need to know? Here we go, the Six of Cups at the bottom. And what came out was the Ten of Pentacles reversed, the Five of Swords, and the Two of Swords. It's a mental battle with you, isn't it, darling? It's a mental battle to reflect. And I almost feel like you're super strong. Like, it's not hard to reflect on your wrongdoings. It's not hard to reflect on where you went wrong in life. It's not hard to reflect on that. But when it comes, when for some reason you have an issue reflecting on when someone does you wrong, or maybe just this specific thing that happened to you. Because again, the Six of Cups is at the bottom and the Ten of Swords is under that. My God, but again, like, you take accountability, but it's like you can't take accountability for being hurt or being scarred. You don't want to see that part of you, and it is completely stalling everything in your life. Love, money, career, okay, even spiritual gifts. It's almost like you need a purging. And that's why we come and circle back around to that creative outlet that you need. You need to purge. It's almost like fasting, right? When you fast, your body begins to heal itself. And you need to take... Some of you might need to fast, because that was a random... Some of you might need to fast in order to find emotional stability with this thing, in order to cope with it. Because food does affect everything, even your emotions. And also when you fast, you are a clearer beacon for spirit or whoever the fuck you talk to. You can hear them easily, you can feel them easily if you believe in that thing. So some of you might need to fast in order to balance this out. You don't have to do a full water fast like I do sometime, although it does help, like, astronomically in many ways I couldn't even explain. But some of you might just need to fast from social media. You might need to fast from sweets or junk food or even masturbation. I just heard, stop busting nuts every day. You don't need it that much. That's a coping mechanism for some of you. What else? There you go. There's literally like a soul tribe of people. I know, cliche, I hate saying it, everyone says it, but there is a soul tribe of people that you are supposed to create with. And some of you, I just heard there could be people around you that you know already that struggle with the same thing, but neither of you know, because you're both doing this. It's almost like you just, like, I see this black spiral inside of you and that person, and it's just constantly going like this. It's like a maze and there's no way out. That's that pain. That's that anger. I'm not really getting much sadness from the collective in this reading. I'm getting a lot of fucking like rage. Honestly. The Emperor, okay? The Emperor, the Two of Pentacles, and the Eight of Cups. You have to take charge of this shit, man. You have to. It's really the only way I feel you're going to get any control of your life. Because if you're emotionally out of control, you have no other control. Like, emotions literally run the world in a way. You know what I mean? And if your emotions aren't in control, your life's gonna spiral. There goes that spiral terminology again. But that's just what it is. You have to find a way to ground yourself in this pain. And this was at the bottom of the deck. Three of Swords, okay? See? Queen of Pentacles, the Strength, and the Six of Pentacles. There is literally so many things that can come from what you experience. So many things that can come from your rage. There's so much. There's so much within you to birth. What the fuck are you waiting for? Really? What are you waiting for? You want to tell me why you're waiting? You want to sit there and continue being an angry fucker? That's not fun. Okay, let's try to find out what the hell happened to you. Some of you, it's not going to resonate with everybody, but... Motherfuck. Still working on that. Ooh. Okay, what happened to the collective? Some of you could have been adopted or just had like really unstable homes and you were in and out of the system, in and out of foster homes, okay? Some of you could have been bribed with like gifts or like sweets from a sicko to do sexual things as a child. That's really specific, okay? You were manipulated a lot as a child to do acts that you weren't meant to do. You could have even been, for those who it wasn't sexual for, they could have provoked you to be an angry child, right? Some of you could have been motivated to act incorrectly as well, not just sexually, but, you know. Some of you experienced judgment for your sexuality, and even if you were young, like let's say you were like 6, you don't really know what sexuality is, right? But just like you've had, if you're masculine, you could have had really feminine mannerisms and you were clowned for that, and you could have been like pushed outside to the streets because of that at a really young age. Some of you were made to feel like you were lesser than too, like you could have been like verbally abused. Some of you also, you were like not the golden child. You could have had siblings, right? And they were treated like the golden children, and you were treated like a piece of gum under my shoe, right? So that's what it seems like. Is there anything else? Okay, some of you could have even seen your parents do sexual acts. And I'm not talking about like you walked in and oops, they're there, you know, traumatizing enough. But they could have actually done some things in front of you. You could have actually also witnessed your father kissing another woman, I heard. Or you could have seen your mother kissing another man. Or you could have just seen like a sexual act between your parents with someone else. Or maybe like your parents cheated and it felt like on each other and you like took it in as your own responsibility. Some of you were also very perceptive as a child, so you just had a lot of spiritual knowledge from a young age. So you would watch your parents and understand that the way they were acting was not correct, and if you were to speak up on it, they would chastise you. Okay. I mean, ew. That's basically it. Is there anything else? And I'm just doing this so, I don't know, people will understand if it's for them or not. You would know by now though, right? And also, as a kid, it's a lot of kid shit. But also as a kid, you were put into situations that you had nothing to do with. You were blamed for shit that you didn't do. And no one really thought to ask you if it was true or not, so people just kind of ran with the narrative, okay? Let's see, look at the bottom. Rain. Rain says, cleansing. Look at the bright side. Tears that heal, healing, going within, soul searching, growth potential, washes away what was. That's just that creative outlet, darling, or that rage. Let it out. Thanks for watching.